It's Texting Tuesday, and today we're going to talk about and show you reverse prospecting email and text scripts you can use to identify interested buyers and sellers in your database. Now, the kind of reverse prospecting we're doing is different than the original definition that I was made aware of when I first got started in the real estate business, and I'll get into that in a minute. But you're in the right place at the right time for the right reason. If you're looking for actionable scripts and templates that you can R&D, rip off, and deploy immediately. Each and every week on Texting Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. Tuesday morning, we share real estate specific scripts for agents, realtors, brokers, etc. Email scripts, text scripts, strategies that are working right now for you to follow up with your existing database and get into conversations. Conversations lead to appointments. Appointments lead to transactions. So I appreciate you being here. If you're watching on Facebook, do me a huge favor, hit the like button or the heart button. If you're on YouTube, make sure you, number one, subscribe to the channel. Number two, smash the bell to be notified of new live sessions. Texting Tuesdays every Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, but other sessions as well. And number three, make sure you hit the like button on the actual YouTube video. Lastly, if you're on LinkedIn checking this out, hit the like button or the light bulb button there as well. Winifred, great arising to you. Mike, good morning. Good morning. So once again, we're going to be doing some reverse prospecting on today's Texting Tuesday, but not the typical kind of reverse prospecting. If you're like me, the sort of old school or original way of reverse prospecting was or is you've got a listing, you put it into the MLS, and at least in the Bright MLS platform, I can choose to reverse prospect. In other words, I can send my listing out to all of the agents who have buyers that are interested in that listing. We're going to take this strategy or idea and concept, but instead of emailing or texting agents who have clients, we're going to send a listing directly to potential clients in our database. And let's face it, most of the people in your database are there because they like looking at real estate. They're interested in buying a home or maybe selling a home. And so when we give them the thing that they're interested in, they engage, they get into conversation. They may tell you things like, thanks for sending this out. This really isn't what I'm looking for, which opens the opportunity for you to find out what they are looking for. In some cases, you'll get people that want to schedule a time to check it out. And in some cases, it may be that they come back and they start looking at properties and it wasn't that one that they're interested in, but they find one that they're interested in and you're able to help and serve them. Okay. So lots of great uses for this. And I'm going to get into this in a minute. But before I do, I have a question. Does your MLS have reverse prospecting built into it? Does it have the reverse prospecting functionality built into it? You can just comment below yes or no. I'm just curious, right? I know that, for example, Bright MLS, it's right in there. I can go in, I can pull up a listing, and I can see the reverse prospecting list for that. And by the way, why don't we do this? This is a little bonus action for everybody. I'm going to log into my MLS and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. And then we're going to get into what the type of reverse prospecting we're doing today. And I want to let you know that in the bonus document that we'll put together for you, Mike, can you include how we do the reverse prospecting in there in that bonus doc? That would be great for everybody, I think. But I'm gonna log into Bright first before I share my screen, and then I'll show you where that shows up. So we're getting some yeses. CVAR does. I've got some not reallys, kind of, well, let's just show you real quick here what it looks like in Bright MLS. If I pull up one of my listings, I think I only have one active right now. Let's see here. Active listings. If I pull up my listing right here, actually, I didn't even have to click on that. I can click this reverse prospect button and I get a list. There we go. I get it. These are all of the agents that have clients set up to be notified of properties like this one. And so what we do, Mike on my team, he will, every time we get a listing, this is part of our listings launch process. He will put together a CSV file with all of the names and emails of everyone on this list. So we can send one email out to all of the agents here. This is a pretty good list right now. So that's what it looks like in there. All right. Without further ado, and it looks like we got a lot of comments on that. Yeah, mostly yeses, but I guess some don't. And maybe those that said no or not really, maybe you just need to ask your MLS. I think it's a pretty common functionality, whatever. All of that, but it is important and relevant and something I think you should do with every single one of your listings. But that's not the kind of reverse prospecting we're doing today. Today, we're going to pick a property or maybe a couple of properties, time permitting, and we're going to use that property to reverse prospect our existing database. All right. And so I'm going to hop into KV Core and I'm going to show you just some different ways that you can do this stuff in there. But please understand that there are or there is ways for you to do this regardless of what you have access to. So don't use the excuse, well, I don't have KV Core, so I can't do this. Don't let that be an excuse. You've got an MLS and you've got some kind of database. So there are ways for you to implement these scripts and this strategy. You just got to get creative. And if you need help, if you're not sure, reach out. We're happy to help. And by the way, just a quick aside, I forgot to mention that there are lots of additional resources above or below this video in the description, including the chance to or the opportunity for us to chat. It's even scrolling across the bottom. So if you'd like to chat, if you'd like to strategize, if you'd like to explore how we can partner together to help you grow and scale your business strategically, proactively, collaboratively, you can schedule a time for us to chat at josh15.com. That said, without further ado, let's go ahead and pop over to KV Core. And the first thing we need to do is find a listing that we're going to use for this reverse prospecting process. And I'm just in my dashboard here, and you can see in my dashboard, I can scroll through and see the properties that people are looking at on my website. Okay, these are all of the listings that people are checking out on my website. And I can pick any number of these as properties to use. Maybe I choose this one. Maybe I choose this one. I'm going to start with this one. And I'm going to start with this one because I know from my database that I'm going to get a lot of interaction and engagement, etc., by utilizing this listing. It's a 3-bed, 2.5-bath townhome in a very desirable school district. And so it's a great opportunity for me to utilize to create conversation opportunities and really to create opportunities for us on the mortgage side and for my my team. Okay, so I may do this. I may do this on a couple of different properties, but we'll see. We'll start with this. So here's how I do this in KV Core. Okay, I'm going to go to listings. And I'm going to search for this listing. I'm going to keep beating the drum here that Just because you can't do this, if you don't have KV Core and you can't do this exactly how I'm um, outlining here, don't let that stop you from implementing. Find a way to implement this strategy. And if you need help or if you're not sure what that is, I'd be happy to chat with you and help you find how you can do this. But I'm telling you, um, there are lots of ways that you can find to implement this. But what I'm doing is I'm going to listings. I found the listing, and KV Core has this pretty cool built-in functionality that when I click matching buyers, it goes and finds all of the buyers in my database that the criteria matches up. Um, the type of properties that they've either been searching or properties that I'm gonna move that one. Properties that they've been searching or that they're set up on a specific um, search alert, and this property fits that bucket as well. So I'm going to I've got 4 pages here to work through. This is great. So I'm going to click mass text, and I'm going to go 1590 Mendenhall. I'm going to start typing here. And I'm going to also include the listing link. And I'll say, morning, thought this listing in CV schools might be of interest to you. Let me know if you'd like more info or to schedule a private VIP tour. Um, I'm going to change this actually. Let's say, would you like more info or to schedule private VIP tour? No? Thanks, Josh. Okay. Boom. Okay, there we go. Let it rip. First grouping out the door. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through all 4 pages of these. And then if you noticed, and maybe you didn't, but a lot of these are unsubscribed to text messages. And that's okay, because the next thing I'll do is we'll just go and we're going to send it an email too. So I want to get through the text blasts first, and then I'll show you the email script and how we would sort of craft it that way. So 1590 Mendenhall, the link, let her rip. We're going to go through this pretty quickly here. And as we do that, I'm sure we're going to start to get some responses coming in. Page 3. Bear with me here. And then once we're through the 4 pages, then I'm going to go back to page 1, for example, and we'll send out the mass email. While this is loading up, it gives me an opportunity to let you know or remind you, for those that do know, each and every week, Mike on my team goes through and compiles all of the scripts, the templates, the resources, everything that we cover or dig into on any level on these sessions. He puts them all nice and tidy into a Google Doc, and we are happy to share that doc with anyone who is interested. If you would like a copy of that doc, just comment below RP. Comment below RP for reverse prospecting. Comment below RP, and Mike will send you that document once he has it all compiled and ready to go. Now, the one caveat is if you are on the YouTube live stream, for whatever reason, that comment feed gets lost in the mix, lost in the shuffle. So if that's the case, just email mike@growwithjosh.com. mike@growwithjosh.com, or just send us a private message. We'll get you the document. We promise. Okay. Now I'm going to now send this as an email. So I'm going to copy the direct link. This direct link is just the standalone page on KV Core for this specific listing. Okay, you can see that. There it is. Oh, this even has a primary on the main. Ooh, makes it even more interesting and valuable. So I'm going to go back here and I'm going to go back to page 1 of the list here. This gives me a chance to remind you to comment below RP. Comment below RP if you'd like the document with all of the additional information, scripts, templates, etc., etc. So the subject line. I'm going to say for first name. Actually, I'll grab the first name for three bed 2.5 home in CV school. This townhome in CV schools might be of interest to you. That's the link to it. If you like me to send you more info or schedule private, no. Thanks, Josh. Prove my signature. Now, this is a little hack that I do when I'm doing this. I use a notepad here, and I'm going to copy both the subject line and the body here so I can very quickly go through and send these without having to start from scratch every time. Okay, so I'm going to send that. And then I'm going to go to page 2. I'm going to do that for all 4 of these pages as well. And then I'm going to make sure I'm going to pop back over to see if we have any questions or anybody needs any help or clarification, because I do have something at the top of the hour that I need to hop onto. So I was thinking that I might do another property, but what I'll probably do, and Mike, make note of this, let's do a different property for this tomorrow. Maybe just remind me, Mike, that you know we want to get some more opportunities flowing, and I'll choose and what we'll do is we'll choose a different property, a property in a different price range, a property in a different school district or area, so that we're hitting different um, chunks or segments of our database, and creating as many opportunities as possible from this process, right? From this reverse prospecting sort of protocol. So I'm going to send one more email. No, 2 more emails here. I'm going to send it to this one. Nope. Whoops. Subject. Oh, got it. Why did it do it that way? Bear with me here. Didn't do that like that before, but whatever. Subject line again. Let it rip. And then we've got one more to go. One more to go. Got a whole bunch of people commenting RP below. So Mike will be sure to get you all the document as promised. There was some good feedback coming in here. So finish this up. We'll take a look and then we'll let everybody get to it. There it is. All right. So let's look at this. Just sent a listing where the builder just reduced the price by almost 150,000. Okay. This is, I didn't even talk about this just because I wanted to keep it going, but that is a great listing to be sending out, especially with what's going on in many markets like this. Thought this listing might be of interest to you. The builder just reduced it by nearly 150K. Okay, that would be what I would send with that. Thought this listing might be of interest to you, or thought this new home might be of interest to you. Parentheses, the builder just reduced it by nearly 150K. Would you like more info or to schedule a private tour, private VIP tour? Question mark. Let me know. Thanks. Love it. Love it. Great shout. Great shout. Harvey, my man, we'll get you hooked up. What if you don't have any listings? Winifred, these aren't your listings. These aren't your listings, right? These are listings in your KV Core. They're part of the IDX feed. And you could use new builds, but you could, Winifred, we're not publicly promoting these listings. We're sending these listings to our existing database. So you can use any listings that are in your IDX feed, right? We're not, though that is in most cases also okay, promoting these listings that are in your IDX feed. The way we're doing it is certainly compliant and so forth. So it looks like, and Winifred said, aha, it looks like we are caught up on questions. So let me wrap up and bring this boat in for a landing. This boat, I don't know why this would be a boat, but number one, if you haven't already done so, if you want a copy of the Google document that will have all of the scripts, templates, resources, variations, etc. mentioned, Mike, include the one that I mentioned that I just verbally threw out there at the end, as well as the resource that I mentioned on how we do our actual, like, old school traditional reverse prospecting when we have listings. Go ahead and comment below RP. Comment below RP. If you're on the YouTube live stream feed, that chat does not stay active. So just email mike@growwithjosh.com. Mike@growwithjosh.com. If you want to chat about partnering with us to make 2023 your best year ever, go to josh15.com, josh15.com. Check out all the additional resources above or below this video in the description, additional free training, tutorials, etc. And as always, if there's anything at all we can do for you, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can call me, you can text me, you can email, you can send a private message, you can send a carrier pigeon. Hey, I mean, I don't know. You can just comment below. One way or another, we are ready, willing, and able to do whatever we can to help and support you. Implement this strategy, make it a part of your add it to your toolbox. You can be doing this every couple of weeks with your database, and utilizing and changing it up a little bit, but the general formula or concept you can use over and over and over and over again to create more conversations. Conversations lead to appointments, and appointments lead to clients and closed transactions. Take action. Have a great rest of the week. If there's anything we can do for you, let us know, and talk again soon.